My favorite color is yellow.
Is it any yellow, or is it specific?
Bright, sunny
Bright
yellow,
sunny yellow.
sunshine.
Awesome. I love that color. Um, One of my favorite things about campus here is the fact that yellow is everywhere. Because I used to be the kind of person that yellow was just so like intrusive to me. But now that I've been here, it's become a very good part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, cheers you up. I
right.
have to admit, it's
Always.
hard to be in a bad mood when you see yellow around.
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna move into the questions about borders.
Okay.
Could you tell us what your role is on set?
Sure, I'm an executive producer, and on set, I'm just going to be an assistant, kind of supporting and helping the process of filming.
Awesome. What's it been like transitioning from such heavy pre-production, where when you're EPing, your hands are in every pot all the time, and you're able to you're able to plan more when you get on set. What's that transition like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a good question and point because when you're on set, you have to let others take the lead and realize that you're not the one in charge. I'm very comfortable in a leadership position, and being on set is all about working as part of a team of other creative, talented people who have ideas and opinions of their own. So I have to hear what they're saying and what they want and chime in my opinion. Sometimes they connect and sometimes they don't. But it's exciting because it's creativity in action. So it's all about collaborating and teamwork and excitement.
That's awesome. Since we're working on such a piece that has such need for action and calls for action and thoughts of action, what's it been like creating with that in mind for you?
So what's it been like
creating a piece that has such need, such with such importance rather?
Yeah, it's been challenging and it's been exciting. Just even the process of selecting the scenes that we're going to be used in the sizzle reel, that was like really something to think about. Like, do we have the space and resources to do the big explosion in the pharmaceutical factory? Do we have, the ability to do this scene, or can we do this scene, which is more important to the storyline? It's been a very positive experience, a very positive process, and also challenging as well.
What was it like the first time that you'd completed the first draft and you're able to sit down and read it cover to cover? What was that like for you?
Yeah, well, just to be clear, I'm primarily translator, and the primary writers are Isaac and Anthony. But the first time I read it from beginning to end of the first draft, I was super inspired, and it was just it's great to find people like Anthony and Isaac because we have similar passions and desires to share our creativity with the world. And so it was just great to be able to share with each other our art and to hear our different voices about the script. I did give some feedback, in the first few sessions with them. And then we presented the script to a few different industry folks who also gave us some feedback. And then we had a discussion about whether or not we agreed with that feedback, about, for example, should Roberto have a love interest, or a few other things that people brought up. But yeah, again, it's been a process of collaborating and listening and supporting each other.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we've been working on Borders for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see it heading in the next 5 years?
Well, I think that this script has great potential. I think the actors are phenomenal. I think the crew, the team is phenomenal. I think that if we keep going the way we're going, in 5 years, it will be streaming regularly on a major platform, such as HBO, such as Netflix, such as Hulu. I definitely see that it is up to par. The quality of the writing, the quality of the acting, and the directing is definitely up to par with those mainstream platforms.
Awesome. I undoubtedly agree with that. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What's the goal?
Well, I am primarily trained as an actress and a playwright. That is my passion. That's where my heart is. So ideally, I would be actually acting and continuing to executive produce on either this show or another one.
Awesome.
1 minute.
Perfect. How do you identify culturally?
I am Afro-Puerto Rican,
Awesome.
Afro-Boricua. I feel very passionately about who I am, my culture, my history, and I think that it's very important for people to understand that Latin Americans, African history is a very important part of who we are.
Awesome. Are there any borders attached with your personal life in that?
I try to break down any borders that I encounter whenever I audition for a role that says Latino or Latina. I always try to make sure that Afro-Latina is included in that it's not just, your European-centered Latinos.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Marshall.
Of course.